Okay, I know I kind of gave a big, strong hint about what the next game I was going to review was going to be. That review will be up in a couple of days or by next week. But this game ended up superseding it. Now, why did this piece of shit get so high on my goddamn list all of a sudden? Well, first off, I wanted to do this game for a while. I remember reading about it, and I could never find this game after it supposedly came out. Second, this game is legendary in the fact that it is a complete waste of disk space. Third, it's my fucking channel, and I'll review whatever the fuck I want. So, for all you pecker faces out there that just want to see me torture myself with an SNES game, you're gonna have to wait a little bit, because you know what? Next up, it's Fighter Maker for the PlayStation 1.
Okay, before I get into what makes this game a bigger waste of data storage than anyone who downloaded a Paris Hilton sex video, let's check out the single-player arcade mode. Okay, it's your standard fighting game, one-on-one, the moves are decent enough, and the animation is decent enough too, so what we have here is actually a fairly solid fighting game, just none of the characters have any sort of a backstory. Well, hopefully the final boss is cool. What?
There's no final guy? There's no final boss? What the fuck sense does that make? Every fucking fighting game has a fucking final boss in it. I mean, hell, a fighting game without a final boss to face is kind of like having sex with a blow-up doll. What's the fucking point?
Okay, so let's move on to the create mode, and well, this is supposed to be the main event of the game. I mean, it's in the fucking title, right? So the create mode is going to be epic, right? Well, much like anything starring that bitch from Twilight, it's going to be painfully disappointing. What's the first thing you think about when you enter a create mode in any sort of a game? The beginning and end of it. It's the character's appearance, right? I mean, hell, for its time, WWE's Warzone had a great costume system. Well, what does this game have going for it? Absolutely fucking nothing. That's right, there's absolutely no character customization in the goddamn create mode. Nothing. You can't even change the color of your selected character's outfit. So what the fuck is the big deal with the create mode? That's right. Programming your own move animations. Yeah, that's what all the kids wanted to play. A game that really isn't a game, more of just a tedious programming exercise. That sounds about as much fun as letting fire ants crawl up your dick. Take a look at the selection screen. I would have much rather learned about these character stories, bland as they are, than just have an extremely shitty create mode. I mean, hell, why did they just make a fighting game starring these characters and have a goddamn final boss in the game? What inbred, half-dead, stupid, moronic, dickless exec thought that this is what kids wanted to play? Hell, not even kids, any gamer, anywhere. Jesus Christ, whoever thought this was a good idea to make should have their dick melted off with hot silver, their eyes gouged out with a melon baller, their nuts worked over with a lemon zester, a pine cone shoved up their ass, and then forced to run naked, covered in steak sauce, through a den of wolves that haven't been fed for a week, and then told their game sucks.
And that's Custom Fighter. And believe it or not, I think this game actually had the potential to be one of the great fighting games of the PS1 library, had they just stuck with a fucking fighting game. Or hell, if the idea of this game was to have a new fighter rise through the ranks and eventually become the champ, why in the name of Zeus's thunderous shit didn't they just stick with a decent costume maker and an easy moveset maker instead of having one that is basically a programmer screen? If I wanted to program a game, I'd program my own fucking game. Why in the hell would I want to program a character in a half-assed fighting game? I still say again, who in their right fucking mind thought this piece of shit would be fun for anyone?